What if the most isolated continent on Earth, a frozen desert of ice and snow, holds the greatest secret in human history? What if, beneath miles of ice in Antarctica, lies the ruin of a lost, ancient empire? It sounds like science fiction, but let's explore this fascinating what-if scenario. Today, Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and highest continent, but it wasn't always this way. Millions of years ago, before it drifted to the South Pole, Antarctica was a temperate land, covered in lush forests and teeming with life. We know this from fossil evidence. But what if a civilization, an advanced human society, rose and fell there before the ice took over? Imagine a civilization we'll call the Cryonians. They weren't just surviving. They were thriving. Picture sprawling cities built from a unique, crystalline rock found only in Antarctica. Their architecture would not be like anything we know, perhaps elegant spires that mimicked the sharp peaks of the transantarctic mountains, designed to withstand intense winds and channel sunlight. How would they have lived? Their society might have been built around understanding the Earth's natural energies. Perhaps they harnessed geothermal power from the continent's active volcanoes, creating warm, subterranean havens long before the Great Freeze. Their agriculture could have been based on bioluminescent fungi and plants adapted to low light, grown in vast, geothermally heated caverns. Their knowledge of astronomy would have been unparalleled, with 6 months of continuous daylight and 6 months of darkness. Their view of the cosmos would be unlike any other on Earth. Maybe they mapped stars in both hemispheres with incredible accuracy, creating celestial charts that would baffle modern astronomers. They might have seen their world changing, noticing the subtle shifts in climate as their continent drifted south. This brings us to the Great Cataclysm. The freezing of Antarctica wasn't an overnight event. It was a slow, creeping doom that spanned thousands of years. The Cryonians would have watched their world die. The forests would recede, the rivers would freeze, and the ice sheets would begin their relentless advance from the mountains. How would such an advanced society react? They would have fought back. We can imagine them building immense underground shelters, powered by the planet's internal heat. They might have tried to develop technology to halt the ice, colossal atmospheric processors or solar reflectors, ambitious projects that ultimately failed against the unstoppable force of planetary climate change. As their doom became certain, their final act would be one of preservation. They would create a library, a time capsule, to store their entire civilization's knowledge. Not on paper or hard drives, but etched into indestructible crystalline structures deep beneath the ice, protected in a geothermally active chamber, waiting for a future civilization to find it. So, what evidence could possibly exist? Here's where reality gets interesting. The Piri Reis Map of 1513 is a famous anomaly. It's a genuine historical artifact that appears to show the coast of Antarctica without ice. How could a 16th century admiral map a coastline that's been buried under ice for millennia? Historians have theories. Battonon, conclusive. Could this map be a fragment, a copy of a copy, originating from a much older source map? Perhaps one created by our hypothetical. Then there are the strange anomalies detected by satellites. In 2016, NASA detected a massive gravitational anomaly in the Wilkesland region of Antarctica. It's a huge, circular structure, hundreds of kilometers across, buried deep beneath the ice. The official explanation is that it's likely a massive impact crater. But in our what-if world, could this be the location of a vast, buried Cryonian city, its dense structures creating the gravitational signature? There are also reports of strange pyramid-like mountains. While geologists explain these as natural mountain peaks eroded by wind and ice into pyramidal shapes, their perfect symmetry fires the imagination. Are they all natural? Or could just one, be an artificial structure, the tip of a much larger monument, a Cryonian pyramid peeking through the ice? Let's imagine the discovery. A deep ice drilling team, searching for climate data, breaks through to an unexpected void. Their cameras reveal not a natural cavern, but walls covered in intricate carvings. They find structures, tools, and eventually, the Great Library. The impact of such a discovery would be it would rewrite human history. We wouldn't be the first advanced civilization on Earth. Everything we thought we knew about our origins, our technological developments, and our place in the planet's history would be turned upside down. The knowledge from the Cryonian library could be transformative. Imagine their understanding of geology, clean energy from geothermal sources, or perhaps even physics that we are yet to discover. Their story would also be a chilling warning. They were advanced, powerful, but they couldn't stop climate change. Their fate would become a powerful lesson for our own civilization as we face our own environmental challenges. The political implications would be immense. Who owns this discovery? Antarctica is governed by an international treaty. But the revelation of such a priceless historical and technological treasure would test that treaty to its limits. Nations would scramble for access, for knowledge, for power. It could unite humanity in a shared sense of wonder and history, or it could spark a new kind of global conflict. Of course, this is all a grand thought experiment. There is currently no concrete evidence of an ancient civilization in Antarctica, but the continent remains 98% unexplored beneath the ice. We have mapped the surface of Mars more thoroughly than the landmass of Antarctica. Who knows what secrets are truly buried down there? The idea of a lost Antarctic empire is a powerful one because it speaks to our deep fascination with the unknown and our hope that there are still great wonders left to discover. It reminds us that our planet has a long, complex history, and we may only know a fraction of its story. So, the next time you see a picture of that vast, white expanse, just wonder for a moment. What if, buried deep below, the lights of a lost empire are still waiting to be found? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. What do you think is hidden beneath the ice? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more dives into the world's greatest mysteries. See you next time!